this is one what's up with that moment that actually came immediately after our show last week. From Tuesday 18th of February 2013, Vince McMahon eyeing up shock Newcastle takeover bid. QD, I'm going to read this out, but QD El Cheapo, awful scripted ad-libs in terms of this is blatantly someone who doesn't know wrestling trying to drop OWRs, but you ain't us. But at the end of the day, can you smell what the tuna cooking? World Wrestling and Entertainment owner Vince McMahon apparently can, and he's allegedly gearing up again, for a Newcastle United takeover bid. That's right, the WWE Supremo is supposedly sniffing around, in inverted commas, the Magpies after news reached him that Mike Ashley wants to tombstone his stake in the St. James's Park outfit. I told you the OWRs are awful. As well, there was a Newcastle source told British-based website Winner Sports, Vince McMahon has been stiffing around the club and seems keen on pursuing his interests. He sees England as an untapped market for his wrestling empire. He has even indicated he could put on wrestling bouts at St James's Park. Obviously, it's very early days, but there is hope the fans may get what they want with Ashley leaving. Buying a club like Newcastle would throw him into the spotlight in England, which is just what he's looking to do. The news is likely to hit Toon fans like a flying elbow drop off the top rope. But this isn't the first time McMahon has been linked with a move for the Magpies, and just like back in 2011, it's expected that club officials will brand the story as nothing but nonsense. Now, for me, of course, the story is nonsense. But I know everyone else has had their say in terms of, who they put in terms of like a team. It's a team and that. But at the end of the day, if I had a wrestling team, I'd have Yokozuna in goal with Big Vis. Rest in peace, Nelson Fraser. Rest in peace, Big Vis, Big Daddy V. Is one of them ones. I'd have him as my reserve keeper, as my sub keeper. Be one of them ones at the back. Undertaker and Kane. That's a pretty easy one. Fullbacks. Fullbacks, I would have as fullbacks is quite a difficult one. I would have Chris Benoit and Bret Hart as my fullbacks. Centre mids, I'd have centre mids would be a hard one. I'd probably have Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock as my centre mids. Actually no. I'd have Rock and Shawn Michaels up top, with Big Show and Steve Austin in centre mid, and at right mid, I would go Rey Mysterio Jr. at right mid, and at left mid, who could I pick at left mid? I know it's good. Probably have Triple H at left mid. Or if I play three in the centre, I'll have him as one of my centres. But it's one of them ones, yeah. I think that'd be a formidable starting lineup. Obviously, I'll have Big Viscera as my backup keeper. Couple of backup defenders. I'd almost be tempted to put the Big Show on the bench as an Impact defensive sub. But I'd have the Ultimate Warrior and Hulk Hogan as backup midfielders.
Your team's terrible.
And I'd have Jake Roberts. I'd actually have Jake Roberts as a backup defender. Because if he can get the snake, and I'll have Owen Hart as a backup striker.
Team is terrible.
You mean it's terrible?
Terrible.
I'm mixed between the golden era and the attitude era.
No, you're just
the eras I know best.
You name two fat guys want to go and goal, where clearly you have to have gold dust in goal.
No. Yokozuna for a big man was very agile.
Doesn't matter.
He was very agile.
You need someone that's off-putting, and you need gold dust.
You will never forget the name of.
Doing all of that thing, and then just in front of him you have Dink and Doink.
Wait, that's the.
But the fact that you say you have Hogan and Ultimate Warrior on your bench is just ridiculous.
Yeah,
they should be headliners. They're out front. Furthermore, in a 3-man attack with Ric Flair. So I don't know what you're talking about.
What you're talking about. You want to make Newcastle the wrestling traveling wax museum, yeah?
Mate,
what's it? Wait, who did you say? What? Hogan, Warrior, Flair.
Hogan, Warrior, Flair.
What's this, WCW in 1998?
Wait, you said full of
All
wrestlers.
three of them were in WCW in
You
1998.
said full of wrestlers. It doesn't matter what wrestlers.
All right. Who else would you put in there?
No, there's a bit of fun with that. No, definitely I'd have.
You could have put Too Cold Scorpio up top.
Nah,
Or Van Damme.
No.
Rob Van Dam up top.
No. Legion of Doom would be my wingers. That's all I know.
Them as wingers.
Yeah,
I'll have them as centre mids.
Nah, I'll have them as wingers. I want them as powerhouse. I think they weren't as.
You're just going for a Stoke style team.
Yeah, I want sheer power and brawn. Knock your team out.
Hey, mate. I all I can say is you better not pick Hawk from mid '98 when he fell off the Titantron.
I only know him from the game. I never actually watched WCW, but I'd have Raven. I just like quote the Raven, nevermore. I just love it.
He'd be brilliant in the post-match interviews. I'd have him. You know what? Actually, no, I wouldn't have. I'd have Raven as assistant manager and Jim Cornette as manager. Bam! Beat that. I dare you to beat that. Cornette as manager and bloody Raven as assistant manager. Because Raven has always been looked upon as one of them guys who is one of the best minds in the business, never to book a territory. I wouldn't have Heyman because apparently he's a pathological liar. Apparently, according to guys like Cornette, he lies a lot, so I wouldn't have that. Bam! Beat that. Cornette as a manager. I love that. He's one of them ones. You notice I didn't pick anyone from the current era because most of the wrestlers are quite garbage anyway.
So anyway, I've put that as a question. If you're on Facebook, Twitter, whatever, you know, you can have a bit of fun with us. I'll answer it. We'll put our selections up later on.
Yeah.
You just let us know. Who would you have as your wrestlers from WCW, WWE,
It's one of them ones, man. Yeah, I went Attitude and Golden Era. I mixed it up. It's one of them ones. Could you imagine Michael Sweet Chin? Hey, Sweet Chin music, man. Him and Rock would be electrifying pace-wise up top. So it'd be one of them ones. You have Rock with the power. You have Shawn Michaels. Yeah, man. It'd be one of them. Forgot Billy Gunn though. I forgot Billy Gunn, but I'd have Owen Hart as a backup striker any day of the week. Rest in peace, Owen James Hart. Oh no, I had Undertaker and Kane as my backline. I had them as my centre backs. So it's one of them ones. That's an interesting one. The Hardy Boys as wingers. That's actually quite an interesting one. The Hardy Boys. I don't know. I'd have to make sure that Jeff Hardy takes a pee test before any game.
I think we forgot someone.
Who?
Vane.
Good point. No, yeah, Vane. I'd have Mr. Clean as a holding mid like Makalele. Anton Green was the clean. And well, have Doorman Dom and in terms of an RNV one, it'd be in terms of an RNV team, it could be. It's one of them was I would have the youngsters, Stevie James and Alex Kent up top.
Yeah.
I'd have Jack Chalmers as one of my wingers. Dow Jones and Vane. Actually, then again, I'd probably have Dow Jones and Vane in the middle, Doorman Dom and Mr. Batten as my centre backs.
Yeah.
And who else? Actually, I'd have Born to Fly as my wingers, Jack Chalmers at left back, Dow Jones at right back, and in goal, Gabriel Hitman Myers in goal. That's an R&V. That's an R&V based. That's an R&V based team. Because I'd have Born to Fly as my wingers. Easy.
Born to Fly.
It's one of them ones. Born to Fly on the wings, man.
Where they would get clamped by my Legion of Doom.
It's one of them ones. That's where I come from. You know what? It's one of them ones. We'll post these out at some point. It's one of them ones. You know what? That might be worth putting on the PT website. Yeah. It might be worth it. It's one of them ones. Pitch-talk.com is our official website. But you know what? It is one of them ones. Ho! Sorry, someone put Hacksaw Jim Duggan in the chat. I just had to say ho. The Godfather. Or if you want penetration up front, Val Venus.
Now you can't have him anywhere near football. Do you know why? Because he will bring his ho train.
Come get on the ho train.
And your players wouldn't even play. Be lethargic in that.
Oh, mate. You know what? Lee Godse, if you wanted to jump in, and then Wayne Schumann, and then we'll move on.
Yeah, I was going to say, the two best wrestlers I think of for football players, one has to be Edge,
Yeah.
even though he's not in wrestling no more.
Not bad. Not bad.
He'll be a good midfield player, and Sheamus, he's got to be a good midfield player as well.
Is he the big, pale, ginger Irish looking dude?
Yeah,
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I thought
he's the
so.
one who does the bro kicks and all that.
I don't watch the current product, so I don't know if you can tell that.
I do.
I wouldn't
a
have.
lot.
I wouldn't have Batista. There's no movement there. But I remember Batista in 2003 and 2004 hardly being able to move.
Yeah.
It's probably worse now.
I'll say CM Punk has to be a striker.
Yeah, little nimble dude. Yeah, him and
Little.
Mysterio would be a bit lightweight though. It'd be like Owen and Fowler. Lightweight, but with quite a lot of pace and striking prowess. But we've also got Wayne Schumann. Welcome to the show, by the way. And Wayne, you wanted to jump in on this, yeah?
Yeah, this is quite an interesting conversation, wrestlers as footballers.
Yeah.
But as a goalkeeper, that's a hard one to pick, because I probably, out of the two, I would have probably picked Bret Hart or British Bulldog.
Yeah, that's not bad.
If you're going defence-wise, if you're going strength, if we're going through the olden days and the modern era, I'll go with, as my four at the back, Undertaker, Kane, Andre the Giant and Yokozuna.
Yeah,
They might be slow, but they're strong.
Yeah.
Midfield-wise, I'll go Bushwhackers because they're crazy. Probably have Ultimate Warrior, Shawn Michaels, and then up front I would have gone with The Rock and probably Stone Cold.
It's an interesting one. I like that. I quite like that as a team.
Is that The Rock assisting Stone Cold or Stone Cold assisting The Rock?
Man,
Stone Cold assisting The Rock, because The Rock's Stone Cold, I think, would be good at like holding the ball up. He'd be good at just stand there, where The Rock is a bit more quicker, so he'll have that bit more pace to, run, and Stone Cold could hold the ball up and sort of, knock the balls down to him.
And plus, Steve Austin's got bad knees, so you don't want it.
Yeah.
You can't be relying on him. It's one of those. You can't rely on him for pace.
Yep.
Yeah, he's got bad knees and a bad neck as well, so he'd almost have to be a target man.
Yeah, definitely.
No, I like that. That's pretty cool.
As subs, that's hard as well. I'll probably have as a backup Triple H, probably Hacksaw Jim Duggan. It was me that wrote that in the chat. Probably Legion of Doom. I'll have them as a backup. Ultimate Warrior, Hogan. There's so many to choose from. It's just
Actually,
crazy.
James Pegger's put in an interesting one in terms of JBL, John Bradshaw Layfield. The APA, I'd have them in my backline. If I could have a 25-man squad, I'd have them as defensive cover. So one of them was the APA, natural centre backs. Just like then again, going back even further, it would be the new Blackjacks. Blackjack Bradshaw, Blackjack Wyndham, Barry Wyndham. Be one there with the stalker Barry Wyndham. Actually, no one said Psycho Sid. I'm surprised about that, actually. Him as a midfielder would be insane. Although we'd have to hope that Sid doesn't snap. Sorry, to those who get that reference, I'm sorry. Most people probably won't get that reference. Sid has snapped. But all I can say is you might want to search WCW Sin 2001 and look at the main event. That's all I'm gonna say. Sid might snap. No, I've shown you that before, haven't I?
Yeah.
Oh, cruel.
But you know what?
What was the mock-up team that someone put?
Some people have been having fun with this already, because someone's mocked up one already. And basically, in goal, the great Carly. And wait, sorry, I just want to big up TJ Jagon, who's brought this to our attention, and on Facebook. But yeah, in goal, the great Carly. Right back, Lesnar. Two centre backs, Show and Kane.
Mm-hmm.
Right back, Ryback.
Heard about that guy. Ain't he a fake Bill Goldberg? I like Bill Goldberg as a marauding midfielder, really.
All right, midfield. Midfield pairing of three: Mysterio, Big E, and Henry. Mizark.
Mizark. I'm gonna watch that when I get home. I watched that episode a few days ago. So.
The top three varying of Orton and Goldust with Reigns in the center.
Who's Reigns?
That's
The only Reigns I know is Luther Reigns. I've heard of a guy called Calvin Reigns,
Is
but
Reigns not
all I know,
or something like that.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I said I don't watch the current product, so
You know what? We got Google. Or we got the fans. Let's ask. Who is Reigns?
He's gonna Google.
Anyone out there know who Reigns is?
He's gonna Google. It's one of them. I think Calvin Reigns. I think it might be Calvin Reigns, the guy who Danny Doran mentions on his YouTube. Big shout out to Kayfabe Commentaries, by the way. Lee Godsafe. Who? What Reigns? What Reigns is it?
He's from the Shield, a group called the Shield, and he's a big powerhouse. He's massive. He's like, he's really good.
Yeah.
He'll be a good step back.
Okay.
Is he related to The Rock? He is, isn't it?
No, he's not related to anyone.
No, that's the USOs, the Usos, whatever they're called. They're apparently part of that Samoan wrestling family.
Okay.
Because
sure.
Rock and Rikishi are cousins, and Yokozuna is I think Rikishi's cousin as well. And you got Afa and Sika, the head shrinkers, who are part of that Samoan bloodline as well. There's a lot of guys involved in that Samoan who are in that Samoan bloodline.
He is part of my Samoan bloodline. It says here, personal life.
Okay. Go.
He's the son of Sika of the Wild Samoans.
Yeah, Afa and Sika, the Wild Samoans. That's it. Because the head shrinkers were Samu and Rikishi as Fatu, I think it was. Yeah, back in the mid-90s, early to mid-90s. There we go. Yeah. It's an intro, yeah. OWRs. We just turned the whole segment into an OWR. So that was a big obligatory wrestling reference.